Hello, I'm Chris Richmond, and in this video I discover a strange plant which has recently started growing in this part of the country. Now, whilst out and about in our wonderful county, I like to take an interest in the local landscape, be it the changing seasons, what's grown where, or what's happening on a particular piece of land. And recently I've discovered a rather unusual looking plant growing in an area of mid-Norfolk. Today, I'm off to the village of Sporle. Nestled in a crease in the Norfolk countryside, a couple of miles outside of Swaffham, and once served by the former Lynn and Deerham Railway. Alongside the former railway line, at the crest of Bunkers Hill, lies a rather unique plantation, one of the first in the country, and conveniently, there's a public footpath running right through the middle of it. Now take a look at this lot. Now, I first caught a glimpse of these weird leafy plants over that high hedge whilst driving past on the number 11 bus, and originally thought they were sunflowers or something. But look at the scale of those leaves, and off a single stalk. I'm off to take a closer look. "22 inches. 9.5 inches. And they've got to be at least 12 feet tall already. So what are these gargantuan plants? Has the day of the Triffids finally arrived here in Sporle? Well, it turns out that these plants are actually known as Paulownia, or empress trees, and have been planted in a select handful of locations in Norfolk and Suffolk as part of a pioneer project to help suck carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere as the UK government drives towards net zero. Native to Japan and eastern China, these Paulownia plantations are literally the first of their kind here in the UK. And aside from carbon capture, their stems develop into high quality hardwood said to be the aluminium of the timber industry. In just 5 years, these plants can spring up to 8 metres in height, making them one of the fastest growing trees in the world. These examples were planted in 2022 and were completely cut down last year. Just look how they've sprung back since. But whilst I'm impressed by the sheer size of them, not everyone is a fan. Now, I'm not getting into the politics about this. Yes, I know it's a non-native species, and some of you are bound to question the effects on biodiversity and tell me how invasive Paulownia is. These are actually said to be a sterile hybrid known as Phoenix 1, and Paulownia trees are generally renowned for their blossom, making them great for the bees. They also enrich the soil. The land beneath these plantations has been heavily farmed for years, and Paulownia thrives on degraded soils, absorbing pollutants and metals in the process. Of course, introducing non-native species is bound to have consequences, but if they really do suck up as much carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere as figures suggest, surely that can't be a bad thing, right? It will certainly be interesting to see how these plantations develop over time. If this experiment succeeds, perhaps sites like this will become less unusual in the future. In these challenging times battling climate change, could Paulownia really help save the world? Thanks for watching. Now for the obligatory closing paragraph. If you enjoy my quirky, if slightly self-indulgent adventures, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate your support. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.